Hello YouTube and fellow DC Comic fans, I'm Kelly One Shot, and today we're going to talk about The Batman Who Laughs, number 6, from DC Comics, written by Scott Snyder, with artwork by Jock. Okay, so we start this issue off exactly where the last issue left off, inside of the Batcave, where we see Jim Gordon and James Gordon locked inside of this box because Batman is trying to keep the two safe away from him while he figures out the Batman Who Laughs greater plan, and he chose to not activate the Last Laugh protocol because he realizes that would actually give the Batman Who Laughs and the Grim Knight more control over the city's water systems and the power of the city, thus giving the two of them more control and power in the plan that they have to try to infect all of Gotham City with the Batman Who Laughs perfect serum that will turn everybody into like demonic monster, Joker, Batman Who Laughs type creatures. So Batman's not falling for it, despite his blood cells being filled with so much of this serum, and he's becoming so much like the Batman Who Laughs. He's trying to fight back everything he can from seeing the world the way the Batman Who Laughs does, and try to stay focused and keep himself in check. We do see that the textile here that Batman is talking through, it's becoming more red and twisted. It's not your normal font style, and that kind of shows us that he's struggling to maintain himself, but he does have control, and he does explain this to Jim and James Gordon. They don't really understand too much about this, but James actually does, and he realizes that a few hours can help them all plan a trap against the Batman Who Laughs, and they can maybe figure it out. So they do have some time because they have to get ahead of the two of them, and they have to stop them. And Jim and James don't want Batman to fight the Batman Who Laughs by himself, but Batman says that he has to, and that he actually has an ace up his sleeve. It's because he's not exactly like the Batman Who Laughs, but he's so close to him at this point because he's being corrupted and turned into the Batman Who Laughs. So he understands the way the Batman Who Laughs thinks, and he gets his plan now. He sees the world the way the Batman Who Laughs does, but he still has that extra level of control. So he can see the Batman Who Laughs' weakness now, and he understands it. So then we actually go to the Batman Who Laughs, and he's got a sniper, and he's pointed at Crime Alley because he's waiting for another Bruce Wayne to appear from another universe. This Bruce Wayne is old man in a wheelchair, and he's like a philanthropist. He buys everything for Gotham City, and he's not a superhero, but he's the Batman. He's the man who buys everything or something. I forget what it stood for. But either way, Batman, because he's the man who buys all things. That's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. But this old man, Bruce, we see in his world, he's being given an award of accomplishment from, looks like Tim Drake, and then he mentions Dick, Jay, he mentions Bab, he mentions Steph, Damian, Cass, everyone, though that's not everyone. But either way, just as the Batman Who Laughs is about to fire and kill his last Batman who's going to cross over into our world, our Batman actually comlinks inside of the Batman Who Laughs, and he goes, yeah, you thought that you had it, but watch as your target totally disappears before your eyes. Because what Bruce has done is he's gone underneath the Wayne Manor, where there is the biggest suppository of dark metal that Bruce kind of gathered at some point and left there, and this dark matter is what is triggering these alternate Bruce Waynes to come in through different worlds, through these portals that the Batman Who Laughs has been activating. But now our Batman has control of these portals because he's focusing all the energy on the biggest suppository of dark metal, and that's right under Wayne Manor, and he's challenging the Batman Who Laughs, come at me, bro, face me, and let's do this. And the Batman Who Laughs is ultimately trying to, Big Bruce, what's the point? You're pretty much me at this point. What are you going to do to stop me? So then we actually go back to the Batcave, where Jim and James Gordon were let free from the box, and they're trying to help Batman. Batman told them to open up this computer system, look what's inside, and see what awaits them. The two of them kind of talk about some father and son stuff. James wants to get past his rehabilitation program and prove to his father that he's not this dark, twisted killer. But ultimately, Jim doesn't think that his son is truly changed. He thinks that this is just another mask, that his son is still truly a killer beneath all of this, and that he needs to stay on his pills, and he needs to stay on his program, and that he's just not ready to trust his son after all the years and all the violence, and he's just not ready for it. So the two don't really see eye to eye here. But they do agree to check out Batman's arsenal that he left for the two of them. And then we see, actually, in this beautifully drawn scene where we see like purple skies with reds and blues and crazy lightning and Batman standing there, and it just looks amazing because Jock did a tremendous job in the art throughout this book. It's truly something special. But we see that Bruce is talking to Alfred about a plan, and Alfred's like, you know, you're going to be facing that demon alone, and your toxicology says that you have less than 5% healthy blood cells, and when it gets down to 0, you're going to be totally him, because there's going to be nothing but the toxic coming in. So then they have this little thing talking about laughter and how the people of Gotham City will feel it or whatever. But then the Batman Who Laughs says, I came here, lightning strikes all around, the scene is drawn tremendously. And then we actually kind of see the Batman Who Laughs like through his own eyes, because Bruce can see through the eyes of the Batman Who Laughs because he's so close to him now, and we see him as this dark, demonic, twisted demon monster with these claws, these fangs, and it honestly looks really cool. I didn't think the Batman Who Laughs could look any more like terrifying than he already did, but he does, and he's ultimately trying to be like, Bruce, you're already me. What can you do? And Bruce is like, I'll never beat you. The two of them have this kind of back and forth conversation here where the Batman Who Laughs again trying to convince him, and he says, either you fight me and you'll just become me faster because the blood will pump through your system and then you'll have more toxicology, or I'll just wait, and eventually whatever Bruce you're trying to pull through this portal, he'll be mine for the waiting, because either way you're going to become me if I wait it out, or if we fight and your blood kind of fuels you to become me quicker. So he says, you know, you've made a terrible Batman, but you'll make a great me. And then we actually hear that the Batman Who Laughs hears in his ear the comm link from the Grim Knight, because the Grim Knight is going into the water system because he's trying to infect the water system as a part of their last laugh plan to infect the city. But the Grim Knight is met by two of the robot Batman things from Super Heavy, which is Snyder's New 52 run, where we saw James Gordon as Batman, so we're seeing some callbacks to that here. The Grim Knight easily destroys the two robots, but then as he's about to infect the water system, he's met by a huge surprise that I didn't honestly see coming, and I thought it's really cool, is that Jim Gordon and James Gordon are each in a suit that Batman has been designing. It is a prototype of the Batman Beyond suit, so this actually shows us that Jim Gordon and James Gordon are going to be the first in canon characters to wear the Batman Beyond suit, and it shows us that Bruce is already designing this suit now, and I think that's really awesome. And then they do make several mentions that, you know, Batman, the Grim Knight says that he studied all of Batman's armory, even his most tech, and it isn't beyond him, so they are mentioning that. And it's cool because we see Jim Gordon as Batman again. As I mentioned, he was Batman briefly during Super Heavy, during the New 52, but it's cool seeing him in the Batman Beyond suit, and the whole fact that Bruce is working on and already has like a prototype of the Batman Beyond suit. And originally Bruce was the first person to use it in old age, and where he eventually used a gun and he realized he needed to retire. If you ever watched Batman Beyond the animated series, that's kind of how it happened. It's really awesome, but it's awesome to see that callback, and it's awesome to see Jim Gordon in the suit as well, as him and his son fight the Grim Knight. The Grim Knight is trying to convince James Gordon that his father doesn't believe in him, and his father thinks he's a monster, and that in his world he just left James to die and to rot, and that he should just be helping the Grim Knight and the Batman Who Laughs, because he's, at the end of the day, just a killer. And Jim Gordon is trying to fight back and be like, no, don't listen to him, son. And he's also trying to fight the Grim Knight and take him out, and he says that you're not a monster. We then actually go and we see Batman and the Batman Who Laughs kind of like squaring up. They're about to throw blows. It's a really intense kind of scene going on here, and the two again are mostly just going back and forth talking about the portal, what Bruce Wayne is going to be coming through this portal. And then the Batman Who Laughs mentions to him that, what are bats? He goes, bats are the only mammal on the planet that can fly, and it's our job to show everyone else how to evolve to become our best selves, and our best selves are the ones that win. And then again, this scene is just awesome drawn, where we see like the Batman Who Laughs as this nightmare monster with these bats flying all around him, and he's trying to suggest to Bruce that we're the apex predators. You're going to become just like me. You're going to become evil. You're going to become twisted. And all of a sudden, Bruce's plan starts happening, where he pulls in this other Bruce Wayne, and yet he's supposed to be this really happy, positive Bruce Wayne. It's a young little kid Bruce Wayne, maybe probably before his parents got killed, and Bruce tells him to come to him and to actually run past him, past the gates now, and to not stop and to not turn around, and that he'll keep him safe. And then the Batman Who Laughs realizes that this is probably a trap to some extent, and he's not going to fall for it. So he says, I can just wait you out, man, and you'll just become me, and I'll go get that little kid. We then go back to James Gordon, the Grim Knight. They're fighting. It's pretty much the same type of thing, but the scenes are really great. Jim Gordon and the Grim Knight are kind of throwing blows, exchanging, essentially fighting over the morality of James Gordon Jr. And so that's pretty cool that that's all happening. And then Jim, as he's getting choked by the Grim Knight, says, "No, James, please, I was wrong." And then James pulls down the Batman Beyond mask and he says, "No, you weren't." And they're trying to show you, like, they're trying to suggest that James Gordon Jr. is going to side with the Grim Knight, become this evil Batman Beyond, and kill his father. But he's going to use his killer side to take out the Grim Knight. I can guarantee you that's what's going to happen next. And he's going to show that he's dark, but he's really going to save the day, but also verify everything that James Gordon feels about his son, or Jim Gordon feels about his son. So that's weird. And it's going to be like a sad ending for him either way. While this is all happening, we go back to kind of the end conclusion of the book, where Batman and the Batman Who Laughs are fighting again. It's this demonic scene. There's a lot of reds and blacks, and it's a really cool drawing here, and it's really twisted, and it's fun to look at here. The gnarly teeth of the Batman Who Laughs and the spikes, it's really something impressive, and Jock should be pretty proud of himself because he did a great job on all this. And the Batman Who Laughs in this scene actually tells Bruce that you think that you found the happiest Bruce, and you're going to protect him, but you're wrong, because you don't understand that the happiest Bruce in all of existence is you, the one who's about to embrace and accept and fully become me. You're the happiest Bruce Wayne in existence, because right now in this very moment, you're about to become me. And then the Batman Who Laughs stabs our Batman in the chest with more of his toxin, just accelerating the whole process. And we'll see if Batman has a plan for this. Did he expect it? Did he see it coming? I didn't. I can't wait for the next issue. They did a great job. I gave this book a 9 out of 10 on my written review. And I'm going to do the same here in the video review as well. Love this book. It's going to be a #1 seller again. These two are a great combo together. They're a great pair, and this is an awesome story that you need to check out. Support your local comic book shop. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, share it with a friend. It means a lot to me. I just try to go through the books, explain them in case you need any help, you have any questions, concerns, you didn't get something I don't know as either, and I'm sure I missed stuff too. So if you've seen anything that I missed, definitely point it out, because we as fans need to collect and collaborate and learn and grow together. I'm Kelly One Shot. Thanks for listening. Take care, have a great day, and goodbye.